We all know Northeast Florida is an amazing place to live, but let's be honest, most of us aren't that familiar with all the unique communities the region has to offer. Well, that's about to change. We're Brady and Alyssa Hammond, and our family is one of the top producing teams in the area when it comes to selling real estate. Join us as we dive into one of the hottest markets in the country and tour the premier communities, amenities, and properties that make Northeast Florida such a desired destination. Today on Property Tours, we're exploring Intracoastal West. The area known as Intercoastal West is located within Jacksonville, about 10 miles to the east of downtown between Interstate 295 and the Intercoastal Waterway. With the growth of both Jacksonville and Jacksonville Beach throughout the 20th century, the Intracoastal West area developed into a flourishing residential and commercial connection between downtown and the coast. Well-known roads include Beach Boulevard and Atlantic Boulevard moving horizontally to the east and west, as well as Kernan, Hodges, and San Pablo headed vertical to the north and south. The area's primary attractions include the Alhambra Dining Theater, several boating marinas, multiple protected parks, and of course the world-famous Mayo Clinic, which is highly esteemed for its world-class medical research and care. To give an insider perspective as to what it's like to live in the Intercoastal West area, we're going to be meeting two local families who have graciously invited us into their homes. The Nicolai family, who own this unique 4-story townhome located within Watersedge at Harbortown, and the tenants who reside in this beautiful home at the end of a cul-de-sac in the popular Jacksonville Golf and Country Club community. Now it's time to take an in-depth look at life in Intercoastal West on Property Tours of Northeast Florida.
We're here at the Nicolai residence in Watersedge.
This townhome is so cool. It actually has 4 stories. Can you believe it?
It's pretty impressive.
4 stories. To access those stories, you can either take the stairs or the elevator. And I want to put this elevator to the test, okay? So, on your mark, okay, I'm going to run up the stairs and she is going to jump in the elevator and we're going to see which is faster. You ready?
Okay.
All right, tell me when.
3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, I'm not really going in the elevator.
Watersedge at Harbortown is a luxury townhome community sitting along the west side of the Intercoastal Waterway. With only 20 units ever constructed, the ability to own one of these properties is extremely limited and exclusive. These townhomes are generally around 3,000 square feet and are known for their unique 4-story floor plans, in-unit elevators, marina access, and breathtaking views of the Intercoastal. Harbortown also features luxury condo and apartment complexes on either side of Water's Edge. Kurt and his wife Jody purchased their unit in 2022, which includes 3 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, a relaxing courtyard, and amazing views of the Intercoastal below. Avid boaters, Kurt and Jody take advantage of the marina and rent one of the slips to use for their boat. Currently, their daughter Addison, her husband Pat, and their young family occupy the property and have all worked together to do some impressive renovations on this already stunning unit. We're here with Kurt and his beautiful daughter Addison at their townhome here in Water's Edge. Thanks so much for having us today, guys.
Well, thanks for coming.
Thank you so much. We're glad to have you.
So tell us about what brought your family here to Northeast Florida.
My husband got a job opportunity down here. We're originally from Atlanta, and it was just too good to pass up. So we decided to pack up the family. We got a little baby. She's almost 2, and we moved down here just about a little over a year ago.
Was the baby born before you moved or after?
Yes, she was about 4 months old when we moved.
That had to be a challenging experience.
Oh, yes, but we had lots of help with family. So we actually moved into my parents' townhouse for the time being to try to figure out where we really want to plant roots down here. And it's been a beautiful and amazing experience here.
So what drew you to a townhome here in Water's Edge?
Well, first off, after having our granddaughter, my wife literally came apart. She said we have to have something close to family. So we decided to come down. We started looking just prior to them leaving. And, we were looking for something that was on the water. We ended up finding out about this particular place as a pocket listing. And we actually put in an offer before it ever hit. And they accepted. So it really worked out well for us.
Now, Watersedge, the community at large, is obviously very unique. You got 4-story townhomes. Have you ever even heard of a 4-story townhome before? Or was this, you just came in, you were like, wow, this is so, what drew you to this unit in particular?
I think just location is fantastic. It's right on the water, and it's hard to find anything on the water here in Jacksonville. So, when it came about, we were like, oh, we're so excited that this is it.
So what is it like living in this townhome?
It's incredible. I mean, it's nice to have so much space and kind of elongated upwards versus like widespread. I feel like you can have multiple people here and feel like you're in a different house almost. So when the whole family's here, we almost have our own space to where it's like we can also have peace and quiet, or we can all come together in like the common areas. It's incredible, the location, like he said, it's a beautiful view. The water is incredible. And the downtown area, Neptune Beach, is just excellent. We have there's amazing restaurants and a wonderful place to take walks with the baby, and the beach is close by, so it's just been everything that we've wanted, honestly, in a home.
So, Watersedge is a kind of a piece of a larger community here at Harbortown, and I know the big amenity that you guys get to benefit from is access to the marina out back. Do you have a boat, and what are some of your favorite things to do out on the water?
I do. Actually, I have 2 boats. I have one back up in Atlanta, and I have one here now. But that was always one of my goals, is to have a boat down here. I love being out on the water. It's something that I do for therapy. But yeah, it's fantastic.
Before Alyssa met me, one of the things that attracted to her was a picture she saw of me on a boat fishing, and she was like, I gotta have that fisherman. Was that right?
Yeah, we met online, and it's like, what is it with every guy that needs a fish picture, like on
Fish
his
pictures
profile?
reel them in, and sure enough, it worked. So you can't argue that.
Oh man.
Now, this townhome is so cool. Not only is the layout just amazing with the 4 different stories, the privacy you have at each level, but the cool thing about yours is you guys have done just a ton of renovations and updating. Tell us about some of the projects you've done here on the property.
I've kind of helped with the design element of the projects. Me and my mom, his wife, we kind of figured out our color schemes, and the house prior to us moving in and then purchasing it was very dark. So we just wanted to keep it light and bright and really draw you to the outside almost. So nothing was distracting you from the beautiful views. So we really tried to, utilize all of our design elements to just make this house a super great and beautiful place to live.
Obviously, it wasn't anything that my wife wanted. I was all about the location, that we were on the water, but I did make her a promise that we would redo it to their liking. So my wife and my daughter pretty much kind of designed everything. Color palettes, how they wanted the floors, the furniture, all that stuff. It came together extremely well. The challenge was they were living here during that entire phase and with the baby. So yeah. It's been about a 9-month project, yeah. And we still have things that we want to accomplish, but it's about 90% complete at this point.
Yeah, so we completely redid the kitchen and the master bathroom, and that was the part that was the hardest to live through for sure. It's lots of dust and noise, and it was difficult with the baby, but it turned out gorgeous.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love your design choices here. It's so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
So tell us about the kitchen.
Well, you'd have to see pictures before to understand, but it literally was an entire gut. It was very dark. It wasn't laid out as well as we thought it could be laid out.
We just needed more storage. So because it's a smaller kitchen, we needed to maximize all the space that we could. So for example, we took the cabinets higher than they were to just increase back storage. Then we also made sure that the corners of the cabinets were utilized because prior to there's a lot of dead space. So we just maximized in every possible way, and now there's tons of storage and we feel like everything fits great in there.
Speaking of kitchens, I believe I saw you guys have a secondary kind of gourmet high-end kitchen. Tell me about this gourmet high-end kitchen. It's kind of mobile.
We actually just recently, my husband and I decided to get that for our daughter. We got a beautiful little kitchen for her because she loves to cook with mommy, so it gives her her own space while I'm cooking. She can kind of play in her kitchen too.
We look forward to having her special right after the interview.
She likes to whip it up in there.
The other thing I saw, your daughter has a nice little space out in the courtyard. She got her little swing. I mean, that courtyard just seems so peaceful. What kind of things do you guys like to do out in the courtyard?
Oh my goodness, we have bubble blowers and we swing and we play music and there's a fountain. It's just very peaceful. We do chalk. I mean, we do just tons of activities out there with her. It's a great place to sit on a nice day, and I mean, it's just the little plants and everything that we have there. It's very serene.
And it's a great place for the dogs to get out because there isn't a whole lot of green space available here. Obviously, there's plenty of places to walk, but just to let the dogs run, there's really not a whole lot of space for that. So it works out really well.
Well, Kurt, Addison, thanks again so much for having us. It's such a unique property, and it's just been a joy to be able to experience it with you today.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming. It's been fun showing you guys around.
And showing people what Watersedge is, because I think it's a fantastic community. It is limited. There are only 20 units here, but it's a great community to be in.
Well, now let's take a quick look at the real estate market in Watersedge. Units within Watersedge at Harbortown sold for an average of $963,000 over the past year, which is down just over 13% from the previous year when the average was $1.11 million, but up over 140% from a decade ago when the average was $401,000. Prices for units in Watersedge averaged over 66% more than other townhomes within Duval County. However, they did appreciate at a similar, albeit slightly higher rate. Currently, there is only one Watersedge unit for sale listed at $1.12 million. For updated information on this specific listing or on Duval County's townhome market trends, check out our website, hammondfamilygroup.com. When we come back on Property Tours, we'll visit with the Tennant family, who live in a beautiful home within the popular Jacksonville Golf and Country Club community.
How does a modern technology platform paired with expert advice really bring a robust, comprehensive, coordinated financial plan to clients?
The technology allows you to reduce the time that financial advisor is spending on back office so that they can spend that time face-to-face with their client and they get a better technology experience.
Daryl Hogan Law is a collection of lawyers that help people solve problems in areas of life they're not able to solve them themselves.
We are not individuals, we are purely a team.
Anything from, say, asbestos, lung cancer cases, auto accidents, trucking accidents, bike accidents, A to Z. We have the resources to win your case and win it to such a degree that you're going to be very happy with the results.
We're here at Jax Golf and Country Club about to meet with the Tennant family.
I cannot wait to see their home, but what do you say we get a quick round of golf in first?
Jax Golf and Country Club is a gated community located between JTB and Beach Boulevard in the eastern part of Jacksonville. It of course includes the Country Club, which has its own 18-hole championship golf course, heated pool, fitness center, dining options, and more. Outside of the Country Club, the community has its own soccer field, playground, and puts on several events a year, including food trucks, concerts, and other activities. The homes in here were first built in 1989 and range in size from around 1,500 square feet up to as large as 6,000 square feet. The tenants have lived at this two-story, 3,400 square foot home since 2018. This property is conveniently located at the end of a cul-de-sac, includes 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, and lots of unique upgrades and features we're excited to explore. Ed and Amy, thanks for having us in your beautiful home today.
Thank you for coming. We're glad to have you. We're glad you were able to come.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and what brought you guys to the community.
We moved to Jacksonville Golf and Country Club about 7 years ago. We rented a house that was like directly on the golf course. It was a great home. We really fell in love with the neighborhood here and the people here. It's a very social community. We always say that we can come home and park our car on Friday after a week of work, and you really never have to leave. There's somewhere to go, something to do, somebody's house to go, attend an event at, if not our own. One of the reasons we chose this particular home to buy was its location being off the golf course.
So that's interesting. A lot of people, when they move to a golf course community, they're insistent, hey, I really want to live on the golf course. But you guys chose, hey, we want to be off the golf course. What was some reasoning behind that?
I think the main reason was we wanted a little bit of the privacy off the golf course. Didn't want to be away from the golf community. We enjoy playing golf from time to time, but dealing with golf balls in your yard or in your pool.
Dog barking.
Yeah, or your dog.
That's probably me out there hitting. If balls are coming on your roof, that's probably me or my brother hitting.
Have you had your window broken at all, or?
No window broken. We had a fire pit that just sustained a little damage at one time, but other than that, it was just the golf balls tend to hit in your yard at the most inopportune, usually early Saturday and Sunday morning.
Oh, gosh. Now, are you guys, I know you don't have to be a member of the country club to live in the community. Are you guys members, and what do you like about the club?
Yeah, we're definitely members. We've been members since we moved in. We enjoy the country club aspect of the community.
So have you guys noticed since moving here, obviously you've had this house and another house you rented in, have there been any things changing in the neighborhood as far as what you can tell?
Fortunately, being on both boards for the club and the POA, you get information to see about how the neighborhood's changing. This neighborhood is becoming younger. The number of children or families with young children in the neighborhood has grown significantly. The club membership here is as high as it's been in 13 years, and lots of engagement with younger members and those with young families. So we see a lot of activity in the real estate market here. There's an extremely high level of residents who are investing money in their homes, and the property here is through upgrades, and we can kind of see that through the applications that go through our architectural review committee here. So yeah, very, very dynamic and changing neighborhood.
So why did you choose this house specifically?
We're big entertainers. We love to entertain. Sometimes at the drop of a hat, we'll come home, midweek and go, we want to get everybody together this weekend, and so this house perfectly fit our needs. It has a huge kitchen, a very modern, updated kitchen with 6-burner gas stoves. Has a great backyard that we were able to expand and develop. So really, the house fit from a privacy perspective, yard perspective, and then the ability to help develop it into a spot that we could be very proud of to have our friends over.
So Amy, tell me about your kitchen.
It's the focal point of our house. This is where everybody comes and gathers. Yeah. So it's one of my favorite places, but Ed really is the chef. He does pretty much all of the cooking unless he's out of town. I can cook, but he loves to cook. Okay. So I don't want to take that away from him.
Ed, what is your go-to meal?
Maybe a steak marsala.
Yeah.
Can do it in my sleep.
We're going to cook us one of those after this, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely.
Looking around your house, you guys have some really cool things you've clearly done to the house. So what are some of those things you've done since moving in?
I'll call them the things that Amy allowed me to do. So one was we took my office and converted it to an Irish pub. Some people would call it a man cave, but I would say it's as true to an Irish pub as you can possibly get, because it's one of our favorite places to travel. We've gone 7, 8, 9, 10 times to Ireland, and we've attempted to replicate that in the pub. We converted our Florida room, which was just a screen room, into a more usable year-round room by adding barriers below and vinyl windows, so it could be the temperature and climate control was much better in that space. And then we developed a large outdoor area, outdoor kitchen, fire pit area, and pavilion to assist us in for our own time out there, and also for when we have people over.
Yeah, I love how peaceful your backyard is, especially with like the water feature and yes, the pergola. That's new, right?
Yes, yeah, in the last year.
I want to talk a little bit more about this pub. So just looking at it, I saw you guys have some really cool sports memorabilia, and I know you mentioned you had some the neighborhood's involved.
A friend in the neighborhood and I were sitting there, and we were like, we really don't need this room for anything, and what could we make it? And so I said, what about an Irish pub? And so we, over the next several weekends, we painted and stained and put the the ceiling in, and the plumbing and the sink and the kegerator and the bar, and it all came together, and it's been a great little unique feature in our home.
Ed also, he will entertain by poker nights with the guys, and I've had poker nights with the girls, and so that's a lot of fun.
Tell us about all the stuff in the pub.
Throughout the pub, there's a lot of memorabilia or things that from neighbors. So all of our friends in the neighborhood bring something over and put it on the shelves, because the goal wasn't to build Ed's pub, it was to kind of build a neighborhood pub.
I'm notorious for donating my money to poker causes, so if you need someone to give you some chips and some money, you can invite us anytime.
Right.
Okay, we have some other friends that do that regularly too.
We heard that this is the party house, so tell us some about your some parties we've had here.
We have, yeah. So the St. Patrick's Day party is, anywhere between 100 and 150 people show up, and so we have some friends that donate a big inflatable pub for us to put up out front, and then we usually have in the backyard near the pavilion, we'll have live music out there. We'll set up a DJ here kind of in this general area, and this kind of becomes a dance floor, if you will. But it's a lot of fun with a lot of good people. Like I said, we do other parties. Your friends are having birthdays, and they go, "Can we hold it at your house?"
You just start charging, yeah.
So tell us about the schools. What school do your kids go to?
We have an 18-year-old and a 16-year-old, and they go to Providence, which is 8 minutes from our driveway. It's a private school, and they start at kindergarten age and all the way until they finish high school. And it's a great school. My son plays baseball. They have a fabulous baseball program, and my daughter plays tennis. And we're fortunate that the tennis program uses Jax Golf and Country Club tennis courts as their home base. So it's very convenient for us.
Now, I know you mentioned to me that you play tennis. Ed, do you play tennis too?
I do. Yeah.
So do you guys ever play doubles against the girls, or is there?
We've done it all.
Yeah, we've had our mixes.
We've played together, and our daughter has played with Ed in tournaments, and so I play better when I'm not playing with family. They're a little more competitive than I am. So.
Well, maybe that's your problem. We went and played tennis one time, and I could not get her to hustle. It was the darndest thing.
It was like
we have never
100
played
degrees.
since.
I'm like, I'm not going to chase that ball. Like, if it doesn't come to
That
me,
is tennis. You chase the ball. So it was the worst game of tennis I ever played, and I've since fired her from tennis.
Oh, no.
Well, you should play with me. I'm a lot more fun.
Well, Ed and Amy, thanks so much again for having us at your home. This home is just amazing. I can imagine some of the entertainment stories you have and some that are coming in the future, and it's just been a pleasure getting to see the home today with you.
We've enjoyed it.
Yeah, we definitely enjoyed having you here, and we look forward to inviting you to our next party.
Ooh, I'll be there. I'm ready. Well, now let's take a quick look at the real estate market in Jax Golf and Country Club. Single-family homes within Jacksonville Golf and Country Club sold for an average of $1.01 million over the past year, which is up almost 25% from the previous year when the average was $809,000, and up 121% from a decade ago when the average was $457,000. Prices for homes within Jacksonville Golf and Country Club averaged about 10% less than homes within Jacksonville's other country club communities, but did appreciate at a similar, albeit slightly lesser rate. Currently, there are 6 homes for sale within Jacksonville Golf and Country Club, ranging in price from $758,000 up to as high as $1.25 million. For updated information on these specific listings or on the market trends within Jacksonville's many country club communities, check out our website, HammondFamilyGroup.com. Thanks for exploring Intracoastal West with us today. Be sure to tune in next week for our season finale when we explore 2 more exciting properties, this time in the ever-popular and award-winning Nocatee community. You can also rewatch this episode along with those previously aired on our website, HammondFamilyGroup.com.